Hello there. If I were to ask you what the most popular books of the last decade were, you'd probably say the fantastical books by J.K. Rowling, chronicling the adventures of a young wizard named Harry Potter. However, in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the films that were adapted from these books. With immense popularity of these books, Warner Brothers was head set on turning them into feature films. Development began in 1999 on the first entry in the series, The Philosopher's Stone. Steven Spielberg, Terry Gilliam, and Ivan Reitman were just some possible directors to helm Harry Potter's first silver screen adventure. Until finally the W decided to choose Chris Columbus. Having already been responsible for the sleeper hits Home Alone and Mrs. Doubtfire, he was pretty much the perfect choice to direct young Harry's first silver screen adventure. Now, if you're not familiar with the story, it revolves around a young orphan named Harry Potter who lives with his uncle, who pretty much tries to hide his parents' former life from him. One day he discovers that they were wizards, and he also has the ability to perform magic. With each subsequent film, he discovers more about his past, his importance to the wizard world, and how he can defeat the Dark Overlord who looms over his world. So essentially, it's the same plot as Star Wars. For The Philosopher's Stone, the filmmakers needed to not only introduce Rowling's magic world to newcomers, but appease the fans who read the books a million times over. He definitely succeeded in that regard, and as his first flick really managed to bring the book in front of the camera in all its glory. Like most fans, I was eagerly awaiting this new flick, and when the teaser trailer first popped up, let's just say I was blown away.
There's no such thing as magic.
Dear Mr. Potter.
The familiar Harry Potter images and John Williams' wonderful original score was enough to excite me for what will be a great series of films. The Philosopher's Stone has a timeless quality to it that helps it age better than most of its sequels. The setting, the costumes, the characters were very faithful how I imagined it to look from reading the books. The action is solid, the writing has an adventurous and fun quality akin to Raiders of the Lost Ark, and overall is a wonderfully entertaining film that really transports you to Hogwarts with ease. One of the high points of the series is also established here with the casting of well-known British actors, the best of which is Alan Rickman. His performance as Professor Snape is beyond chilling, and perfectly encompasses the sense of mystery he had in the book. The casting of newcomers, Rupert Grint and Emma Watson as Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger respectively, was also a stroke of luck on the film's part, as they really embody the characters very well and give wonderfully spirited performances. The same cannot be said for Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, unfortunately. He did a great job in a BBC adaptation of David Copperfield in the late 90s, but here he's just flat and unemotional. I liked him well enough when I saw this back when Philosopher's Stone came out, but I can really see the stiffness of his performance now. The special effects are also kind of iffy here, most notably the Quidditch match, where it's quite obvious that the actors were filmed in front of a green screen. Nonetheless, this was still a wonderful start to the film series, and it definitely got me hyped up for the future installments.
You're the boy who lived.
Chris Columbus returned the next year with The Chamber of Secrets, which actually proved to be even better than the first film. With the introduction of the major characters out of the way, they were allowed to hop right into the action. The film was also darker, creepier, and stronger in terms of character development and theme. While The Philosopher's Stone dealt with finding your true calling, The Chamber of Secrets went for a more serious approach, as it dealt with the topic of prejudice, though in a subtle manner, dealing with the separation between muggles, half-bloods, and purebloods. This entry made Draco Malfoy into more than just a simple bully. He was full-blown evil, and his father is even worse. The Chamber of Secrets also benefited with the arrival of Kenneth Branagh, in a hilarious turn as egotistical Gilderoy Lockhart. Even though we're meant to dislike him, his charm still comes through, and that's mainly in thanks to Branagh's spirited work. The special effects were also improved, not just in regards to Quidditch, but also in the new character Dobby the House Elf. My favorite bits from the Chamber of Secrets, though, are the scenes that delve into Lord Voldemort's past. The most feared Dark Wizard of all time is given quite a backstory, as we see a little bit into why he became such a horrible person. This was a really well realized work, and it definitely stands as the best of the series. Despite being familiar with the book, it still kept me on my toes and was a great piece of filming.
Let's hope Mr. Potter will always be around to save the day. Don't worry, I will be.